All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew episode 1051. 1051 episodes. We've been doing this on the nightly of Monday through Thursday now. We used to be Monday through Friday back in the day, but that was COVID times. That was when nobody had anything going on a Friday. Uh, we know that you guys stuff going on a Friday. That's just crazy. I know that you guys aren't going to be on here at 10 o'clock on Friday. That's just not going to happen. There's so much stuff going on. Shoot, I have a lot of stuff going on. But do you know what I know? I'm happy that you're here on this Monday. I'm glad that you make it consistent when you're on, because consistency is half the battle. Getting this thing done is all about consistency. Wouldn't you agree, Brandy?
I agree.
It is all about consistency, 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 consistency. By the way, my name is Andy. I am the guy that runs the back office over here at KonaButterflyz. We are so happy to have you here. And I'm over here just running the back office, answering the emails and all that great stuff. But you're not here for me and my message taking abilities. No, you're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, Series 65, and her Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all things you need to know. So that way you too can get a pass notice. And guys, I'm going to say this. I can't say it enough. When you study with us, it is original. It is all original content. It is original the way we do it. It is the way Brandy passed her 65 and her Series 7 and her 26 and all that great stuff. It is how she avoided reading all that nonsense that's in the Kaplan book and avoided all of that. Especially if you've ever tried to study for the 65 using Kaplan, it is like, I don't know, 1,000,000,000 pages. It is crazy. It is huge. It is bigger than the old phone books. It is a lot. And Series 7 used to have a lunch break in it. Guys, it was all that. And the way she got past it was simply what we're going to show you tonight, like some of the stuff, the keywords, the techniques, how Brandy did not go through that whole entire book and read it like 7 times, like some people say, or go through a whole Q bank and master each one of them. In fact, I don't think you even got like what? You got maybe one passing score for your 65?
Yeah, just one time.
One time.
On a full quiz, just one time.
And if you talk to some of these people that do these study preps or whatever, they'll be like, "Oh, you're going to fail. You're going to fail." Like they say it like that. And they're like, "Oh, cuz you didn't score, like you need to master every chapter, then you're going to go and do." Guys, one time. Took her one time.
I never even took a full or half Series 7 quiz either.
And I remember one time there was this guy that's pretty big in the Primerica business. He's a securities guy, and little lady Brandy, he was like, you go ahead and try, little lady. I've done it like 9 times. Like when he's older guys, he's like, I've read the book like 5 times. I've taken this class, that class. It's so hard. You're not going to pass that thing. Like that was his positive talk. Mm-hmm. And she's like, all right. So like it was like, I don't know, 6 months later. Hey, how's that 65 studying going on? She's like, I already passed it a long time ago, bro. I'm on to the next. What? Yeah. One time. How many times did you read the book? I didn't. How many scores did you get that were above 70? I didn't. How'd you do it? Well, I got my own system here, Kona. That's how Kona came about. The other systems weren't working. Those other systems were overloading. It takes too long. We got kids. We got stuff going on the weekends. Do you know how many games we have this weekend? Do you know how many games I got to go to this week? I got 3 kids. I got 2 athletes that are playing like 2 to 3 sports each at a varsity level. There's no time. And I get it when you guys have the same problem. I get it when you got to run a business. I get it when you got to go to work. It's not easy to get the studying done when you have all that and then take an 8-week to 9-week process or program or a weekend program or whatever, but you'll do it because you got to get it done. But there's other ways to do it. So tonight, when we go through these exam questions and we're asking you for the keywords and we're showing you how to look for things that are non-securities related, non-things that have to do with studying, that help point you to a right answer. Guys, learn that. And if you want to master it, you join up with us. You get onto it. Get onto the program. We have a whole system. We went over on how to study and how to maximize your studying. If you only got an hour, you really need to maximize it. If you only got 10 minutes, you really need to maximize that. If you only have like 15, 10 minute, 20 minute, 15 minute here, 10 minute there, You could really learn how to maximize that and make it happen, guys. But you got to learn how to do it. And we're teaching that. So Monday, we did that today. It was great. We're going to have some stuff for the SIE tomorrow. I'll have the schedule up. But guys, it's doable. It's doable. We got a whole program. We got our course videos, live act, a whole thing on how we do this. We have even in the link, we have a video that shows you our program, shows you how we do the whole madness, how we go through it, how the system works. It's all there. Scan the QR code, hit the links, and you too can join up and get on those sessions. We got books available, SIE 6 and 63. They are ebooks. And if you are if you are like us who studied in the 1900s and you're used to paper, you can print it out and you can get your Cheeto stains and coffee rings all over it, just like how we know how to do it. We got the Kona community. We got the Discord. You guys can get on there and post up questions and get answers. Brandy's been on there. I'm going to say this, to be honest, guys. Brandy has been as active. She's been writing a book every day. She's trying to finish out that 65 book. So we'll have that out to you. All our books, guys, all follow our own program. They all follow the guidelines of FINRA and NASA. We do not copy someone else's system. We don't organize it like their system. We copy it, and we do not copy that. What we do is follow the outline and copy what FINRA has out there and NASA has out there, and then what they want you to get tested on. We don't do none of that stuff. We don't have version 0.5, 0.2, 4, 3, whatever they have now. Or they like Android, where they do like graham cracker, marshmallow, vanilla sundae, whatever. Anyways, we don't have any of that. 951-290-3077. Call or text, leave a call or a text or a voicemail, if you will. If I don't answer, go ahead and if you want, you can email me at KonaButterflyz@gmail.com. You can get into all of that. All right, we got going on tomorrow. We got SIE, we got 6, we got study hall, we got small group tutoring. We got it all going on tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Yes. We're going to have yes. Wednesday and Thursday, there are going to be some alteration because, like I said, we got a lot going on. SIE 6 and KonaButterflyz. SIE 6 and the Kona study hall is going on tomorrow, and the small group tutoring. Make sure that you go catch that email that went out from Patreon, so that way you guys can get into those sessions and join in, guys. Those sessions are also all about you. You can ask questions. Tambien. Mm-hmm. For all my Spanish speakers out there. Also, in case you were confused about the tambien. And you can get in there and you can get into those sessions, ask all you want. Small group tutoring, make sure that you are registered and you get into that. All right. We have our audios on Spotify.
Yes, we do.
You do. You can listen in the car. Yeah. You can. You will. If you have to, right?
Yeah.
We've had some pastors that that's all they ever did.
Yeah, it's true.
All right. Speaking of which, if you're following me on Instagram, because if they give me a picture and they let me know, guess what?
Well,
I add another one to the Kona Hall of Fame. You know why? Because we got a passer. Yes, we do. We got a passer. We got a passer. What are you laughing about?
I duck away from you because it's loud, but I forgot we have headphones.
I'm like, and I point the other way.
No, and I got headphones on. I hear you in my headphones.
We got a passer. Congratulations. We got another one added to the Kona Hall of Fame. We are so excited to say congratulations, Brandy. You can show the slide.
Sorry. Well,
congratulations.
Say their name.
To Janie.
Janae.
We went over this before. I think it's Janie. I apologize. Congratulations on getting that SIE done. She's probably like, you can call me which one. It's fine.
Yeah.
I passed the exam. That's all that matters. Congratulations to Janae on passing this. I'll go with the Brandy's pronunciation. Congratulations on getting this done. She's like, I got the life done. SIE check. Going for that 6 and the 63, 26, 65. She's getting them all. Because you know why? Because we teach you guys how to pass exams, and she's all. I'm going with that. Stack the pass notices.
Heck yeah.
What she had to say was, could not have passed without you guys. Thank you so much for your program. On to the 6 next. Sweet, to the point, right on it. And she's already got the 6 going, and can't wait to get that next one.
Yeah, that's bad. I have to say, she's like a ninja studier.
Man, today's like I am losing my breath. Bad air quality, but you know what's not bad? Getting a pass notice. Congratulations on getting this done. Add another one to the Kona Hall of Fame. We can't wait to get all of and help all of you get your face up on here and say we got a passer and get that next one. So congratulations. And it's not just about her, it's all about you guys. So let's get on to it. Let's do the keywords. All right, guys, we're gonna go through some QBank questions. We usually use multiple Q banks. I'm not sure which one Brandy's using tonight.
Oh,
using two?
Two.
Using two different Q banks tonight. And it doesn't matter what exam questions they are, because when you guys are mastering exams, like we try to teach you, it doesn't really matter what exam it comes from. It really doesn't. We teach this to our kids who are in high school who are not studying for any of this. They don't have this in their, in their itinerary yet to pass it.
Right.
And so we teach them. Why? Because it helps you pass multiple choice exams. And all it is about passing exams, guys. It's all about getting the pass notice. So what we want you to do is zero in on those keywords. So tonight we are looking for the similar. We're even looking for patterns. Do you see two answers that looks like they start the same? Does it look like they're opposite of each other? Does it look like, in the out of securities world, you're like, oh, I know what that is. Oh, that's like this. Sometimes it's just like that, guys. There's a word in there that has nothing to do with securities or no securities at all. And you're like, I know what that is outside of that. Could that be that easy? A lot of times it is. Point that out. Say that. And then we're going to look at the question and you're going to look for the same thing. The one key word that is the question. Guys, sometimes these long sentence questions, sometimes these looking like they're math questions because they have numbers in it, aren't that at all. It's all an illusion. So point out what the actual question is or point out what the actual keyword is. Let's play along.
Do you want me to read?
I don't know. We'll try this out. I don't know what's going on right now. The same as the market. C, better than the market. B, worse than the market. A, beta doesn't correlate to market performance.
B and C are opposite, worse, better, same, not. There you go. Right? Do.
Is that what they put in the chat?
Well, B, C opposite.
Yeah. Let's make sure that you guys are participating. Put what you think are in the chat. There's no wrong answers. I mean, there is, but there's no we're not
connections.
There's no wrong connection. If you feel like that is, it's good. It's better. It's gooder. It's better to put that in the chat or on your paper if you're playing at home at the at-home version, because then you know if you're seeing it or not. Mm-hmm. You're really testing yourself.
Yep. It's enough. I mean,
I don't know. You're the boss. Full sauce. All right. A client's portfolio has a beta that's greater than 1. How will this portfolio tend to perform during periods of positive market performance?
Hint, 2 words.
Yeah, because if I'm not studying or if I haven't studied in a while, that seems like a really complicated question.
And one more word. Greater than. Woohoo! And that is just like what you guys are saying in the chat.
Better.
Boom.
That was it.
That's it.
Do you all see that had nothing to do with securities at all?
Greater.
Are you noticing that? Better, greater, positive, keywords, all connected. And that's how you answer it.
Yep.
That's it. That's all I was asking.
That's it.
Don't overcomplicate it. Opting out electronically. C, writing a letter. B, calling a toll-free number. A, checking a box. I'm assuming this has to do with something about voting.
Well,
or not being there to vote.
Maybe.
I'm just guessing. Writing a letter.
How B is different. Because we've got checking, calling, writing, opting out. A is easy.
Yes.
C is harder.
D, you're not even participating.
I'm gonna put hardest to do. Because let's talk about opting out. Oh, because the other ones have to do with paper, not D, because D is electronically.
Ooh, that's the only. Well, B is the phone, like it was 1900s.
Yeah.
Call a toll-free number.
Let's go to the question.
All the following would be acceptable methods for the customer opting out of allowing the broker dealer to share their non-public personal information except. All of the following would be acceptable methods for the customer opting out of allowing the broker dealer to share their non-public personal information except.
I see the
They're just answering, but they're not still looking for keywords. So we need an accept, obviously, is one of the keywords.
that in there.
By the way, on the real exam will not look like that. We're looking for acceptable methods.
Yes. Acceptable methods accept. Now, guys, think about not you.
So we're looking for the one that's not correct.
Yes. And you got to think about the mass, right? You got to think of the most amount of people, right? We all could check a box, right? So this would be acceptable. We all can call a toll-free number. We're not even gonna get charged for that, right? Acceptable. We can opt out electronically. What I mean is, like, I could just go to a website or whatever, right? Easy. But what about writing a letter? Who writes letters anymore?
I was going to say, I know this sounds strange to folks that are over the age of 40 because you're like, that's not that hard to write a letter because we got taught it. But you think about it, there's not a lot of 30 and younger that can know how to write a letter. I don't even know if they know where to put the address, return address.
She says she loves writing. Yes, but we can't accept everybody to do that.
No,
because that's way too difficult. I'm not gonna write a letter to opt out unless like it got bad.
You gotta go get postage.
Yeah. You write the letter, you provide the envelope, you provide the stamp. That's way too hard.
And then make sure you address it correctly.
Oh yeah, don't get the wrong.
And I'm not just saying that, we don't know where where to write an address. I'm talking about finding the address in the exact place it's supposed to go and knowing where it's supposed to go.
Yeah, because
that's
sometimes it's dang near impossible to find an address.
Yeah, and sometimes you have the right building, but you don't know where the suite, the office, or the attention to the department, the attention to fill and non-opt. D, 0 coupon bonds. C, convertible bonds. B, investment grade bonds. A, junk bonds.
Not James Bond.
No, it's junk bonds. Those are trash. I don't know, junk bonds.
That's exactly what they sound like. They sound
chunk.
like they're bad.
Trash, bad. Not the greatest. Investment grade bonds. Now that sounds like, hey, those are bonds I would invest in.
Because they're investment grade.
They're the opposite of junk.
Okay.
Convertible, they change. Like convertible pants might have shorts, then all of a sudden they're pants.
Yes.
D, 0 coupon bonds. Doesn't 0 mean like nothing?
Thank you. We often overlook that it says 0 coupon, which means 0 interest. Now, I know the interest part is probably some securities vocabulary, but I have to say it out loud. It's one of those things that we always overlook and we don't slow down to think about. What do you mean 0 coupons pay no interest? It says it in the title, 0 coupon. Guys, I did that when I studied because I wasn't focused on the words.
And I know I didn't allow you guys to like get in there in the chat and I just kind of like went through the answers, but that's how I would do it. That's how Brandy does it. She literally maps it out just like that. Which one of what do those say to you in just plain English at what you think it looks at it just face value?
Exactly.
Lower grade bonds with high yields are typically referred to as.
Don't just put the letter. Put the what in the question.
Lower grade.
Interesting that she went with that particular.
Lower.
I mean, you could say that.
Higher.
I mean, you're right. But I would think that a more indicative is how I used to say it.
Indicator?
Indicative would be the lower grade. Because the lower grade.
I kept saying it and I was like, did I say something wrong?
No, I was
not
them.
Oh, sorry.
And lower grade kind of goes with.
They're watching Matt.
Well, hmm,
Crystal's like adopting my explanation. They're all trash.
yeah. And I mean, isn't that opposite of investment grade? We said it's opposite, right?
Yeah.
See?
And look, and some people are confused maybe because it has a higher yield, and I said junk. And some people are like, well, if it has a high yield, how could that be junk? Have you ever heard of higher the risk, the higher the reward? If something has a higher risk, it means it's probably riskier.
Exactly. Think about your credit score. The lower your credit score, the higher your interest. The lower your credit score, the higher your interest because you have more risk that you're not going to make it through.
And if you're more like a gambler, right? Like you gamble, you always take the long shot, right? It's a high risk gamble. But what does it do if you actually hit that high risk long shot? Boom, high rewards, but it's super risky.
Super risky.
All right, D, Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. C, Internal Revenue Service. B, the Office of the Controller of the Currency. A, Inland Revenue Service.
Comptroller.
Oh, sorry.
That's a different word.
I don't have my glasses on. The Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. I'm going with B. What?
You're gonna go what here? Some
Yeah.
people are like, what with the Inland Revenue Service?
Yeah. And if you guys are following current events, we do there. You gotta like not follow current events. This is like
Crimes.
what we know.
Crimes. This is the IRS, right?
This is test world stuff.
This. Okay, guys, ready? Currency. I like that. You ready? Boom, boom.
The federal agency that oversees national banks and other financial institutions is.
So I messed up. I messed up because for most of us, I wanted to go like this. I wanted you guys just to see the question first, and everybody that has been studying would probably say the Federal Reserve Board, right? Because we relate Federal Reserve Board to national banks, right? That's not on the list.
What?
Now, I'm going to ignore real quick what Tevin is putting in the chat because he seems to have some knowledge about this. So hang tight. Does national banks have anything to do with Inland Revenue Service?
No.
Does banks have anything to do with the IRS?
No.
Does banks have anything to do with financial crimes?
No.
Enforcement network.
Even though we said a what on the B,
it's the
it's
answer.
B because it's just eliminating all of them. Even if you don't know what a comp controller is.
By process of elimination, the answer is B, and Tevin knew it.
Comptroller.
Comptroller. You know, when I worked for the county, that's the only time I ever heard that word. Comptroller. Oh, thanks, Tevin.
You're welcome. Because it's not me. Brandy.
Do this long enough. I'm just changing my pen color. Sorry.
We'll wait. Nominal yield, yield to call, current yield, yield to maturity. Yield to maturity, current yield to call, nominal yield. Does anybody want to just vibe it out? You want to say anything? Like current is now, maturity is later. Isn't yield to call like now too?
We can just say call.
Call.
Just call. Nominal.
Nominal.
Do you guys see this? What we just did in here? Like, watch. I'm gonna do this. Okay, you guys ready? Watch this.
The total rate of return that an investor will receive if a bond is held until it's called by the issuer is the if a bond is held until it's called by the issuer is the thanks Tim. I was like, I don't know. I was getting worried. I was like, is this microphone on?
See, sometimes we'll look. Sometimes we're gonna think it out, right? Maturity, later, current, now, call, nominal, maybe normal, maybe average, right? But then we go to the question and we're like, all I need to know is this word called right here. This is it, called, call. That's all I need to know. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, sometimes.
I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know if this microphone works.
Match called.
8 years ago, Nikki was charged with a misdemeanor involving securities fraud. C, Nikki made a false statement on the U4 form. B, 8 years ago, Nikki was convicted of a felony assault in a fight.
Bro, Nikki.
Woo, she's a brawler. Nikki was barred from the industry by the Securities Administrator of Wyoming.
Just saying. If Nikki crosses your desk as a potential person to hire,
I'd hire her as a bouncer. She's watching the door. That's what she's doing. That's all I'm saying.
that's funny. Felony, felony. This is very serious.
Yeah, I feel like what is the worst? Or what is doesn't have anything to do with securities at all, which is B.
I see what you're saying. It's a no for Nikki.
I mean, she's just fighting.
Crystal, I will answer that question in a minute. All right. So we said felony, right?
Yes.
You say misdemeanor, right? Both of those are bad.
Yes.
And they were both within 8 years. What about a false statement? That's bad.
That's super bad.
And definitely being barred. Bad. All of this is
Yeah.
bad. But there's one not bad. There's one not bad.
Okay, well, we know that being barred is bad.
This
You can't
look,
yet that you have to that we can eliminate that off the board.
look at the watch. Was barred. Okay. So that happened.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What about B? The felony, what? What was the felony?
It was assault.
No. I'm sorry.
Oh.
2 words in front of felony.
Convicted.
Boom, convicted. What was that statement? Did she make a false statement, or
I mean, it could be, well, couldn't it be like she forgot one of her alias names?
that would be accidental?
Oh.
But what about, and somebody already put it in the chat, William put it in the chat. What about the fact that was she convicted or was she charged for a misdemeanor?
She was charged.
Can I know we live in a cancel culture, but as far as I know, a charge is a charge. That doesn't mean she's guilty. B, you're guilty. Convicted, you're guilty.
I mean, guys, you could get put in handcuffs, put in the back of a police car, and taken down to the police station for an altercation just because the police didn't know what was going on and they have to sort it out. Did you actually commit a crime? Well, I wasn't convicted. I wasn't charged, right? But I was put in the class. I was charged with something, but I was never convicted of it. If you were charged with something, does that just mean that you were charged, but you weren't convicted? It means they didn't find you guilty of it, or you didn't do it, or it was dropped, or there's a lot of things.
When it comes to this line of questioning, always look if they were charged or convicted. A lot of us, just our natural propensity as humans, go, I see misdemeanor, she did something bad.
Oh, you see securities fraud.
Securities fraud, when it involves a misdemeanor, is also important, because if it was a misdemeanor, which she was charged with, or she was convicted of a misdemeanor because she got in a fight, then that doesn't matter. I know, right? It's any felony, conviction, or a conviction of a misdemeanor involving securities, but she wasn't convicted.
I'm assuming this has to do with disqualification.
Exactly.
Which of these would not make Nikki subject to a statutory disqualification?
Now, like I said, if Nikki came to you for an interview and she's like, this is the 4 things that are on my record, I mean, it's A, B, and C would automatically disqualify her.
Why are we drilling this question so hard? Because so many of you miss this every time in every Q bank and even on the real exam. You miss this every time. Guys, you need to make sure that you always look for that little keyword in there. Charged.
Charge
Convicted.
versus convict.
Charged is not the same as convicted.
And it is within 10 years. So both of them got the 10 years. Both of them got the right crime, I guess you could say. But one was convicted and one was charged. So I can't automatically disqualify you just because of a charge.
That's right.
So you can have a felony murder charge. I can't automatically disqualify you. FINRA cannot automatically disqualify you.
Not you. FINRA. You worked for FINRA.
FINRA has a different set of rules than you.
That's right. All right, everybody. And I know that is one of the things when we talk about disqualifications, a lot of people, when they're talking about their own pass notice and they're talking about their own U4 processes and they're thinking about anything that they have on their record, if you ever want to reach out to us and you have something on your record or something you want to talk about, and we won't discuss it with everybody on here, but if you want to just ask, hey, does this automatically disqualify me? Sometimes a lot of people lose a lot of sleep when it comes to this automatically being disqualified, and they don't actually fit the bill. They actually are not that person who is going to get automatically disqualified.
Right.
You just think you do, but it helps if you ask. So if you ever need to ask that, you can reach out to us on the Discord, the Instagram. You can give me a text message or a phone call, whatever it is. I will get that over to Brandy and she can help it out. And a lot of times I know exactly what, the answer is too. But we can help you sleep at night. I had a student who literally called super concerned. Turns out no concern at all. Was losing sleep for weeks and didn't even qualify. It was nothing to do with that. He was fine.
Yep.
So all I'm saying is, if you need to talk it out, you can go ahead and reach out to us. No problem at all. All right, everybody. That's it. Watch out for those keywords. Get those quizzes done. Break it down like Brandy did, like Charlie Brown. And all you're going to do is you need to get a pass notice. That's all you need to do. Congratulations to Janae. Yes. Once more, passing that SIE, getting it done. All right, everybody. We got member sessions happening tomorrow. We'll be back for test taking techniques Tuesday on the Studying Brew. Same bad time, same bad channel. But none of it can happen if you don't stay safe out there. So please sure to wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friends. That's all I know. And keep the positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you guys so much for being on. We so super appreciate you. Practice these techniques in your quizzes. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.